الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وآله وصحبه أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته and welcome to this episode of Light Upon Light. Today inshallah we are going to start with Surah An-Nahl, Bees, chapter 16. In chapter 16, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that it is Him subhanahu wa ta'ala who inspired the bee to build its cells in hills, on trees, and in men's habitations. This is the beehives we supply or provide for them. Then to eat of all the produce of the earth, from all the flowers on the earth, and find with the skill the spacious path of its Lord. There issues from within their bodies a drink of a varying colors, wherein is healing for men. Verily in this is a sign for those who give thought. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired the bees to build their habitation in hills or on trees, or to come and stay in the beehives we provide for them. Then He taught them to go out and look for food, for flowers. So they go and visit all the flowers and they use the nectar inside the flower and turn it into a syrup. This syrup actually has different colors. The honey is one of the products which the bees produce. It is very interesting to know that one of the products is known as the غذاء الملكات, the food for the queens. It is a special food the bees will provide to one chosen bee to become the queen. So this food will make this bee a different in shape and size and qualities. Some of the bees, they go out as scouts. They look for fields full of flowers. Some of the bees, they work as guards. Some of the bees, they make the wax. Some of the bees, they just protect the queen and so on. So they are communities like our own selves. Very well organized, very well structured. Out of their tummies comes a drink with varying colors, different colors. It depends upon the flowers they used. So the color and the taste will be different if the product is cloves, or the product is from orange blossoms, or the product is from cedar trees, and so on. And the most important thing here is that there is cure. It's a healing product. فيه شفاء للناس. The Prophet ﷺ said, stick to the two cures, the honey and the Quran. The honey, in the honey there is a cure for men, irrespective of their religion. And in the Quran, there is a cure for the believers. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end of these verses, He says, إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَةً لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. Surely in this is a sign for those who think and reflect about the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It might be advisable that you go and read in your biology book about the bees, or you go on the internet and find out more about the bees. You'll be surprised. In the same surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also tells us that from the cattle, He subhanahu wa ta'ala produces a drink for us. It is Him subhanahu wa ta'ala who designed the cattle in this way, that from what is within their bodies, between excretions and the blood, something which the body may refuse, we produce for your drink milk, pure and agreeable to those who drink it. So again, you need to think about how the milk is produced from a cow, from what they eat, from what is in their tummies, from between the farth and the dam. Farth is the excretions and dam is the blood. Out of these two, a pure white drink which is agreeable to those who drink it comes out. In verse 67, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala points out that from the fruits of the date palm and the vine, you get out sakaran wa rizqan hasanan. Sakar means an intoxicant, and rizq hasan means a wholesome drink. So out of the same fruits, you can make either a bad drink or you can make a good drink. And that was the very first time there was a mention about intoxicants in Islam, because this verse was revealed while the Prophet ﷺ was in Mecca before he went to Medina, and that was the first time the mention of intoxicants was referred to. And some of the Muslims at that time who used to drink, they stopped drinking when they realized that sakar, intoxicant, is not a good or wholesome produce. In the next section, we are going to talk about 3 commands from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do good and 3 commands to avoid evil. We are talking about verse 90 and 91. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الله يأمر, Allah commands, العدل, justice, والإحسان, doing of good, وإيتاء ذي القربى, to be very kind and generous with your relations to kith and kin. So these are the first 3 positive things. Al-ihsan, al-adl, justice, al-ihsan, goodness, and to give, وإيتاء ذي القربى, to give to your relatives and relations. وينهى عن, and he forbids you from 3. Al-fahsha, all shameful deeds. والمنكر, and injustice and rebellion. والبغي, he instructs you that you may receive admonition. Therefore, we have to fulfill the covenant of Allah when we have entered into it, and break not our oath after we have confirmed them. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was made a witness regarding these covenants. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in verse 112 gives an example of a village which was enjoying security and provisions coming to it from every direction. But unfortunately, they changed their way of life and they blasphemed and they were ungrateful. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed the whole village and took away from them all the goodies and the favors and the bounties which He gave them. Allah sets forth a parable, a city enjoying security and quiet, abundantly supplied with sustenance from every place, yet was it ungrateful for the favors of Allah. So Allah made it taste of hunger and terror in extremes, closing in on it like a garment from every side because of the evil which its people wrought. Thank you for being with me. Please join me after the short break. Wassalamu alaikum.